Welcome to the 5-Minute English Vocabulary Podcast. My name is Herbert Lee, and I'll be your host. Now you can easily improve your vocabulary without memorizing long lists of boring words, and still develop a powerful command of English. You'll learn the origin of words, or etymology, told as easy-to-remember stories. You'll also hear some jokes, and learn some idioms as well. Season 2, Episode 22, Business Vocabulary Part 2. Let's review and expand on some terms from Part 1. Action items are tasks that need to be completed in order to achieve a specific goal. During a business meeting, it's important to identify action items and assign them to the appropriate team members. This ensures that everyone is clear on what needs to be done and who is responsible for completing each task. Deliverables are the tangible results that are expected from a project or task. They can be anything from a report to a finished product. During a business meeting, it's important to identify the deliverables that are expected from each team member. This ensures that everyone is clear on what they need to produce and by when. Benchmarks are the standards or goals that need to be met in order to consider a project or task successful. During a business meeting, it's important to identify benchmarks and set realistic expectations for what can be achieved. This ensures that everyone is clear on what needs to be accomplished and how success will be measured. These three terms, action items, deliverables, and benchmarks, are essential for effective communication and goal setting in business meetings. By using these terms correctly, you can ensure that everyone is on the same page and working towards a common goal. In addition to these terms, other context-specific vocabulary includes ROI, Return on Investment, KPI, Key Performance Indicator, and SWOT analysis, SWOT, which means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. These words are commonly used in business discussions and can help you demonstrate your knowledge of the industry. ROI, or return on investment, is a measure of the profitability of an investment. It is calculated as the ratio of the net profit to the cost of the investment. In our meeting, we may discuss the ROI of a particular project or initiative, which will help us determine whether it is a wise investment for our company. KPI, or Key Performance Indicator, is a measurable value that demonstrates how effectively a company is achieving its key business objectives. In meetings, you will also discuss the KPIs for your various departments and teams, which will help you identify areas where you are excelling and areas where you need to improve. SWOT, SWOT, or Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats, is a strategic planning tool that helps businesses identify their internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as external opportunities and threats. In your meeting, you may conduct a SWOT analysis of your company or a particular project, which will help you develop a more effective strategy. By discussing these terms appropriately, you will show your colleagues that you understand the nuances of the discussion and are well-versed in business terminology. This will not only improve communication, but enhance your credibility in the workplace. Vocabulary that impacts your communication. Using words such as clarify, elaborate, and explain can help emphasize the need for further explanation or detail on specific topics. These words not only encourage others to provide more information, but also show an eagerness to learn more about the topic at hand. Similarly, using phrases like, I understand your perspective, or I see where you're coming from, can demonstrate empathy towards colleagues' views while still maintaining your own standpoint. When we clarify something, we are making sure that everyone is on the same page. If you're unsure about a point that someone has made, ask for clarification. If you're presenting information, make sure to clarify any potentially confusing points. By clarifying, we can avoid misunderstandings and ensure that everyone is working towards the same goals. Sometimes we need more information to fully understand a topic. That's where elaboration comes in. If you're presenting information, take the time to elaborate on key points. If someone else is presenting, don't be afraid to ask for more details. By elaborating, we can gain a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. Finally, explaining is a key component of effective communication. When we explain something, we are breaking it down into understandable parts. This is especially important when presenting complex information. By explaining clearly and concisely, we can ensure that everyone understands the information being presented. Improved outcomes through knowledge. One of the most effective ways to improve outcomes in business meetings is through knowledge. When participants come prepared with useful words and relevant information, they are better equipped to contribute meaningfully to the discussion. By taking advantage of resources like industry publications, research reports, and internal data sources, meeting attendees can bring a higher level of expertise to the meeting. Learning basic meeting vocabulary is essential to becoming a valued player in your industry or profession. Listen to this podcast repeatedly to make sure you understand all the business meeting vocabulary that you need to use at your next business meeting. And that wraps up part 2 of Business Meeting Vocabulary. Come back next week and we're going to share with you how to speak up at business meetings. After the 2 sessions, you won't hesitate to speak up at your next business meeting. Bye for now.